Good day, everyone. We're the final group presenting on transformative education and the characteristics of a 21st century teacher. I'm Queenie Mahinay. Join us as we delve into transformative education, featuring insights from Ashley Nicole Saggod, Sarah Jean Orashon, and Melody Gabilan. Following that, the characteristics of a 21st century teacher will be discussed by Annette Paisano, Fiona Angel Montoya, and Ana Lobayo. Stay tuned for an enriching discussion. Transformative education. So, this definition is from UNESCO. So, according to the UNESCO, transformative education involves teaching and learning geared to motivate and empower healthy learners to take informed decisions and actions at the individual, community, and global levels. From the definition itself, I have listed a four key points. First of is motivate and empower learners, foster happiness and health, encourage informed decisions, inspire actions on individual, community, and global skills. So, what does it mean? Transformative education is about making learning meaningful and inspiring. It aims to empower students to be happy, healthy, and capable of making wise decisions. So, this type of education encourages individuals to think for themselves and take positive actions, not just for themselves, but also for their community and the world. It's like equipping students with the tools and mindset to make a positive impact on their own lives and the world around them. So let's move on to the second part, the transformational learning theory. This is the definition is from Jack Mezirow, 2000. So let's know first who is Jack Mezirow. So Jack Mezirow, he was an American sociologist, and emeritus professor of adult and continuing education at Teachers College, Columbia University. So according to him, transformational learning theory is a learning refers to the process by which adults transform or taken for granted frames of reference to make them more inclusive, discriminating, open, emotionally capable of change, and reflective so that they may generate beliefs and opinions that will prove more true or justified to guide action. So there are two domains of learning and Miser's theory. The first would be the instrumental learning, and it is uh, about a control and manipulation. So, what is it all about? So, instrumental learning is learning to control and manipulate the environment or other people. It's about learning how to do things and achieve specific goals in the world around us. So, this could include practical skills, problem solving, abilities, and any knowledge that helps individuals navigate and influence their surroundings. So it suggests acquiring knowledge or skills with the intention of influencing or directing either the surroundings or individuals towards a desired outcome. So the second one is communicative learning. So communicative learning, understanding others' meanings. So it is all about learning what others mean when they communicate with us. So this involves feelings, intentions, and values, moral issues, and meaning. So, this type of learning is about understanding what others convey when they communicate with us. So, it goes beyond facts and skills to delve into a realm of feelings, intentions, values, moral considerations, and the deeper meanings behind the information. So, It's like learning not just the words people use, but also the emotions, values, and intentions they are trying to express. It involves grasping the nuances of human communication and connecting on a deeper, more meaningful level. So, the last one is Mesereau's transformative learning theory. So, according to Mesereau's transformative learning theory, in childhood, learning is formative, derived from formal sources of authority and socialization, and in adulthood, learning is transformative as adults are more capable of seeing distortions in their own beliefs, feelings, and attitudes. So, for the continuation, I would like to give the virtual floor to Miss Ashley Nicole Saggood.
Thank you so much for that, Miss Mahinay. So, my topic is all about perspective transformation. Perspective transformation leading to transformative learning occurs infrequently. So, Jack Mizero believes that it usually results from a disorienting dilemma, which is triggered by a life crisis or major life transition, although it may also result from an accumulation of transformations in meaning schemes over a period of time. Less dramatic predicaments, such as those created by a teacher for pedagogical effect, also promote transformation. So, an important part of transformative learning is that uh, individuals change their frames of reference by critically reflecting on their assumptions and beliefs and consciously making and implementing plans that bring about new ways of defining their worlds. This process is fundamentally rational and analytical. In this theory, it also encourages critical reflection on personal bias, fears, and assumptions and understanding to promote critical growth. So let's proceed to the process of perspective transformation. So here is the process of perspective transformation. First is the psychological, which is the trigger phase, and the convictional is the changing phase, and lastly the behavioral, which is the outcome phase. So, these three phases move the process of meaning perspective transformation in the physical, emotional, and cognitive or spiritual dimensions. So, critical self reflection as acts as a catalyst and represents as a moment of readiness of change. So, this allows students to identify their assumptions, question meaning, and develop alternative ways of performing. In the trigger phase, the experience of being ill or injured presents three types of interacting triggers. For example, is that the diagnosis as an external trigger, and the client's critical reflection and the impact is the internal trigger that brings emotions and awareness. Then the changing phase is the client's critical self reflection of biopsychosocial and spiritual issues encountered when living with a functional limitation. These results or may react in distressed sense of self and false expectations, which are expressed in words. These distortions can be used to harness energy for transformative change. For example, is that when practicing of one-handed techniques, clients concretely confront their limitations and learn to cope and manage with residual function. With that, they can express their difficulties with their beliefs, values, feelings, and knowledge, while therapists listen carefully to the reflective self explorations on various concepts, such as occupation, environment, and their contextual significance attached with the meaning perspective. And lastly, in the outcome phase, which is the behavioral, this phase involves making choices to obtain a new occupational balance based on guidelines created and in the changing phase. So therapist observes that if there is reconstruction of a new identity in which the client regains a sense of coherence at present and foresees a positive and important future. So I
Elements of Frame of Reference by Mizro 1997. Habits of mind are always affected and shaped by assumptions which build on cultural, social, educational, and political codes. So, in Mizro's framework, the habits of mind refers to the ingrained patterns of thinking and perceptions that individuals develop. So, these habits are not isolated. Rather, they are deeply influenced and molded by a variety of factors such as cultural, social, educational, and political codes. So, furthermore, Mizero posits that an individual's point of view, the way they see and interpret the world, is intricately connected to these habits of mind. Essentially, our perspective on things originates from the habitual patterns of thought we have cultivated over time, influenced by the sociocultural and educational contexts in which we exist. Next is learning occurs in one of four ways. So first is by elaborating existing frames of reference. So this involves expanding and refining one's current understanding and knowledge within existing mental frameworks. Next is by learning new frames of reference. So it refers to acquiring entirely new sets of concepts, beliefs, or perspectives that may reshape how an individual comprehends the world. Next is by transforming point of view. So this occurs when individuals undergo a shift in their overall perspective, often involving changes in values, attitudes, and overarching ways of interpreting experiences. Or by transforming habits of mind. So this aspect of learning involves altering ingrained patterns of thinking or problem solving, reflective a deeper and more fundamental change in cognitive processes. So these four ways encompass the various dimensions through which individuals can experience transformative learning, leading to a more profound and holistic development of their understanding and mindset.
Good day. So I will be the one to share about the remaining topics of transformative education. So these are the reasons to consider and practices for students that will be involved to their transformation as they will transition to adult life. First reason to consider is adaptability. It is a valuable skill that a student should practice and equip to adapt to new situations, technologies, and new challenges to prepare for a dynamic future. Next is the student should equip a critical thinking skill to navigate complex issues, analyze information independently, and making informed decisions. So, for global awareness, it is to broader the understanding of diverse cultures, ideas, and global challenges that will widen their perspectives and promote global citizenship. Next will be the transformational learning in practices. First, we will be in the ideal learning condition. With this, it will promote a sense of safety, openness, trust, and care for students. For effective instructional methods that will be formally discussed for the next subtopic, this will promote a learner centered approach that will eventually develop students class participation, and collaboration. Lastly, for the transformational learning in practices, the sensitive relationship to students. So, this will develop the students' social, emotional skills towards teachers and peers by trusting an authentic or sincere care and empathy towards each other. So let us proceed to instructional practices which will help on a transformative learning to increase engagement in a classroom setting by De Frondeville. First will be the experiential learning. This will be more on real life situation learning or hands-on experiences and application, like internships that will allow students to apply knowledge in practical settings. Next is PBL, or what we call problem based learning, where the students think collaboratively and analyze and propose solutions to real world challenges. So, for inquiry based learning, or IBL, this will be an encouragement for students to ask questions and seek answers independently through a learning process. So, next will be technology integration. This will prepare students to a digitalized world. So, for global perspectives, it will allow students to understand diverse cultures, world issues, and develop their mindsets to appreciate cultural differences. Also, assessment for learning. This approach will emphasize feedback and assess students' growth through learning process. Lastly, reflection. This will allow students to describe their learnings and how it transformed them. So, for educational implications on transformative education are profound. It nurtures holistic development, shaping individuals who are critical thinkers, adaptable, and globally aware. So, transformative education's impact extends beyond the individuals that will emphasize and fosters a positive mindset of lifelong education. So, in conclusion, transformative education is driven by the need for comprehensive development and prepares an individual to navigate the complexities of the transforming world. That's all for transformative education. Thank you for listening.